This day was a special day because I was about to take my kids to the wildlife safari. And while we were that far south, we went ahead and made a pit stop to the House of Mystery, aka the Oregon Vortex. And there has been numerous amount of speculations as to why phenomena occurs within this premises. He was explaining about how energy lines or ley lines cross at the path that we were in, and the strongest point was the locations that are marked on the ground there. And each time you stood on the ground, it manipulated your balance from one way to another.
Oh, I can't take any video here.
I've also read some stuff about this in the Asian cultures, the dragon lines, how they laid out their foundation and the architecture through ley lines. One thing that perplexed me the most was the change in mass due to a change in location. It took us about 4 hours with pit stops along the way and refueling. Technically they're caged because their cage is just really massive, but at least they are able to have an incredible amount of acreage to roam around. They had animals such as yaks, they had tigers, giraffes, some crazy looking cow animals with really long horns. I forgot what their name was. Llamas. Did I already say giraffes? Black bears, brown bears, and I believe they had a Kodiak bear there as well, but it was being treated due to osteoarthritis. I had noticed that a majority of their bears there were being treated for specific illnesses. Felt kind of bad because they were just laying around. They weren't as active, but we got pretty close to them, probably a solid 2 feet away. And they seemed really relaxed and docile. But when they opened their mouths, you can clearly tell the amount of power that they can inflict. Oh, and also stopping by the giraffe section, we pulled up to this truck that was ahead of us, and we saw the mama giraffe, and it was towering over this Durango. I think it was a Durango. I bet if it could, it would just be able to walk right over it. It was really cool. If I remember correctly, it is a solid 3 miles or 4 miles. It was just a large 4-mile loop, somewhere around those lines. And it took us about 2.5 hours just to complete the tour. And you're also able to make donations if you're compelled to do so. It'll help out the researchers and the people that work with the animals there. But overall, we had fun and it was an awesome experience. Just to get close to those animals as we did was awesome in itself. We're gonna learn how to skate. I mean, I know how to skate, but
My son Kai. He's gonna show me up right now.
Okay, try and give me, Daddy.
Okay, ready? Go. I'm not skating. Alright, I'm over at the Salem skate park, and my microphone on the phone started to go out, so I'm using this headphone. I'm using this microphone from the earpiece. There is a flat bar. It's a round rail. I've been skating it for about maybe 45 minutes. I've just been doing a bunch of 50-50s because I like it. Not sure whose it is, but I'm just gonna be filming myself doing a bunch of random easy tricks on this, and most likely it's going to be bad quality because I got this. Sound quality is going to be plummeting right about now. Yes, I've been filming a whole bunch of stuff with my iPhone lately. I've just been really lazy, I guess that's the word, with just taking out the camera. You could do just as much with the iPhone versus having a really decent camera. But, you know, when you're wanting the shots, you got to have that camera on you. But for the stuff that I'm doing, it's just, as long as it captures, you know, and plus it's more personal, I think. Whoever's round rail this is, hopefully it becomes permanent and the city doesn't take it away. So I think I've gone over this already. I despise square rails. There's a square rail right here, and that thing has been my worst enemy ever since I've ever skated Salem. And as a matter of fact, I just had really bad experiences with it. I've noticed that most people are the opposite. They have really bad experiences with round rails, and so they go into square rails and they're fine. But for some reason, I'm just the opposite. There was this one time when I was skating a square rail and it sliced my hand open. I think that might have been the most traumatic experience that I've had when it comes to squares or rounds. And for some reason, me sacking a whole bunch of round rails doesn't faze me at all. But what really got to me is my hand being sliced open. Like in Beaverton Skate Park, there's a down rail there. It's like a little miniature handrail. 50-50ing that was a nightmare because the first time I did it, I gutted it. I just every time I lock on, for some reason, I don't lock on heel side. About 75% of the time I lock in toe side. I don't know why. Naturally, I tend to lock on staggered with round rails, and that seems more comfortable for me. There's something about squares where you have to be right on top of the rail. If you're not on top, or if your weight is not balanced on the rail, you're gonna go down. But round rails, on the other hand, are more forgiving because you can lean back. It allows that give. You're able to manipulate your body weight on the rail a lot easier. I don't know if that made any sense. And I would rather 50-50 a mellow 16 stair than versus 50-50 a mellow square rail.
where I landed it. Bang like a bang bang. Kai, did you have fun skating? Yeah. Did you have fun skating? Did you have fun? Did you have fun skating? I swear that trick is like a Pokemon. Sometimes I can get it to cooperate and I land. But every time I pull out the camera, it never seems to happen. And I've always wanted to get it on camera because I like to watch things in slow motion. That way I can overanalyze it and learn everything that I'm doing. And to this point, it's like nothing. I haven't gotten any solid footage of me doing that trick. But I've landed it a handful of times, like super solid. But I don't know. I'm not usually camera shy. Alright, so that about does it for this video. If you like this episode, please let me know by clicking that like button. If you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, leave it down in the comments section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. My name is Julius. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell for my future videos. And if you'd like to further contribute to this channel, go ahead and click the donate button on the bottom right hand side of this banner. I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.